I'm going to give you 4 simple steps you can use to create a business idea that you can actually execute on. Coming up. What's going on, ladies and gents? It's Kevin from the Startup Hustle, and today we're talking about generating a business idea. How do you get started? How do you create a business idea that you want to run with? So step number 1, and actually the most important step, is to choose something you're passionate about, deeply passionate and interested in. And the reason I say that is because simply in the start, it's going to be very difficult. Your success is not going to come quickly. And if it's something that you have to force yourself to do, you're not going to stick with it. Also, when you're looking at your competition, someone who is passionate about it is just going to put in more time than you because they're enjoying it. So this is the number one thing. If you're not passionate and interested in whatever you're considering, don't even do it. It's just honestly not worth it. But passion, of course, is not the only requirement. Something equally as important is to choose something that you have some experience in, the skills to perform, or access to resources. And the reason I say this is because in the start, it's very likely that you're going to be the one executing on your idea. And if it's not something that you know how to execute on, how to do, then not only are you going to be learning the business side of things, you're also going to actually have to learn the skills to deliver on. And the other thing is, what if it's not something you're actually good at? So really, it's very important to actually choose something that you're sufficiently talented in or you have experience in. A good way to do this is think about the industries that you've worked in. And you've gotten exposed to the type of customers, the type of problems they have, the type of things that work well. This is great insight into the business, right? This is first-hand experience that you can now leverage in your own business. So that's the reason why a lot of people work in a type of industry and then move on and start their own firm in a similar industry because they've already done some legwork. You're not starting from zero. So we've just covered that you need to be passionate in it and you need to have a sufficient amount of ability, be it skills, resources, experience to execute on this. Now, the next thing is I want you to think about how can you combine this idea and the skills you have into something that provides value to the customer, not something you like particularly or only. It's something that provides value to the customer. That's the most important thing. So what I want you to do here is brainstorm at least 3 reasonable ways you can combine your passions and personal abilities or skills, resources into a business idea. If you have a passion for cooking and you've actually worked as a chef, think about, well, what are the 3 ways I can actually move on this? So do I open a restaurant? Do I get a food cart? Do I do some kind of online type ready to order business or whatever it is? I want you to sit down and really think of it. Don't go for the most obvious solution, the one-off, in this case, just start a restaurant. Think about at least 3 different ways that you can do this reasonably. So the next step is to actually create a business plan for all 3. And now you're thinking, whoa, what the hell? That sounds like a lot of work. And I can tell you it's not, because what I'm suggesting is actually a 1-page business plan. It's called the Lean Canvas. And what this is just getting down the facts and requirements really you need in the most concise way. I've actually made a video on how you can use the Lean Canvas, all the links, complete tutorial on it, so I'll link to that in the description. But basically the 1-page business plan is just going to give you a framework for thinking about how you can execute on this. And then while you're filling it in, what are the customer segments? What's the unique value proposition you'll be giving them? What are the resources and people and all that stuff that you need to execute on this? What is your revenue model? How will you be making money? So all of these little things that you can plug in at a high level, take a look at all 3 plans and objectively decide which will be the most reasonable given your goals, given your skill sets, given your situation. So that's it, guys. I'd love to know in the comments if you use this method and how it's helped you come up with a business. And I encourage you to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.